Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Harakah, Kadash. Double honors unto your apostles and elders of great millstone who rule well, and shalom to the hopeful elect. This is news and prophecy dealing with most recent news, and this is going to be filtered through the scriptures, all right? That's the prophecies that we deal with, all right? Biblical prophecies. So it's the article from the metro.co.uk. This came out on the 3rd of January, on Friday, okay? So the title reads, Fears of World War III grow after Donald Trump airstrike kills Iran general, okay? The U.S. airstrike ordered by Donald Trump killed Iran General Qasem Soleimani outside Baghdad airport in Iraq. Alright. The phrase World War III began trending after the killing of Iran's leader second in command in a US airstrike. Alright, so this is the beautiful thing about the internet, alright, and things known as Twitter, for example. You know, Twitter with the tweets and whatnot allows you to give you insight, basically, that into what whatever is the most the greatest news out there, and it's not filtered through the powers that be, okay, so that they can relay a message that they want to relay onto you. This is unfiltered, dealing with algorithms, dealing with numbers and whatnot. So usually the things that are going to be put out there are things that are beyond the control of the elites for the most part, okay. So as you can see, this is on the Twitter app, and you can see it gives you, this is more news for me, basically, more, and this is like trending the world over, obviously dealing with the UK, so football is going to be at the top of it, whatever current events, TV, etc, those things are going to be up there, and then news and these different things. Excuse me. As you can see, Iran is at the top of it all right? All of these kind of videos dealing with his perception. And it goes on. So the point, I'm gonna go back to this article now, but that's how big a deal this is. Now this happened on the 3rd of January because of the airstrike by Donald Trump, and not more than 3 days into the new year, new decade, has the pace already been set, man. That basically World War III is on the horizon. All right, and we know there's a few prophecies that need to play out before World War III, because World War III is more to the latter end of these prophecies that are being set forth by Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, and the Word. All right, but nevertheless, this is a prophecy being fulfilled. All right, the phrase World War III began trending after the killing of the Iranian leader's second in command in a U.S. airstrike. Iranian General Qasem Soleimani was killed in a bombing ordered by President Donald Trump overnight at Baghdad airport. All right. After news of his death broke the country's supreme leader Ali Khamenei sparked fears of war after he promised harsh vengeance. Many of those tweeting about the airstrike used memes to bring light to the situation, joking about the fears it could spark World War III, a phrase now trending on Twitter. All right, so World War III the spirit's being vibrated with the turn of the decade of World War III. Before, last decade was in, even though it's being spoke of. For example, you have the Daily Express. They have like a section more or less just dedicated to World War Three, where they, if you go down the line of all their articles, it goes back a couple of years, and they bring up anything in line with World War Three. But now we got it where it spilled over into the world of memes, all right, into the world of people that do social, that basically frequent the socials in terms of, you know, quote unquote celebrities of the socials like Twitter and Instagram, Snapchat, and these things. They're doing their little, you know, skits on it and whatnot. Okay, so that's how that's the vibration that we're in presently. Searches for World War Three also spiked on Google within hours of the airstrike in Iraq overnight. Google Trends recorded Iran as the second most searched term in the United States, with more than 500,000 searches for the topic. So you got a lot of people that are really, 500,000 people really, you know, worried about this World War Three going down. All right. So this is a little meme, right, which says, my dad telling me to be brave and make the family proud after getting deployed for World War Three. Let's see what it says, what the video is. So you know these people ain't trying to go to no World War Three, all right? Though much of the comments online mock hysteria surrounding a world war, there are real fears of repercussions following Soleimani's death. In a tweet, Iran's leader Ayatollah Khomeini said the criminals responsible had his, Soleimani's, and other martyrs' blood on their evil hands. He added, God willing, his work and his path will not be stopped. The dramatic attack came months of tensions between the US and Iran, in which Tehran shot down an American military surveillance drone and seized oil tankers. This week, Mr. Trump blamed Iran for a protest in Iraq, which saw demonstrators break into the US embassy in Baghdad and torch the palace. All right. And which is not really true, man. Or, well, you never know. But the point is that everyone's sick and tired of you, America. That's the point. Esau, everyone's sick and tired of you. Okay? There was a recent vote that was done by the Iraqis for whether they want foreign military powers to be in their land, and they said no, overwhelmingly. All right? So they want them out of their country. So obviously they're doing anything to, you know, create a narrative as to where they can maintain those bases nearby their enemies for these kind of things, all right? To destroy them when it's needed for them, all right? When they see it fits. A destroyed vehicle on fire following a U.S. strike on Baghdad Airport Road, which top Iranian commander Qasem Soleimani was killed. Soleimani was Iran's second most powerful man, all right? So with that, I'm going to read this scripture. This is Matthew 24:4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, all right? And Yahushua is calling us to be wise, all right? Isaiah 33:6 tells you, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and the strength of thy salvation. And where is that wisdom and knowledge found? It's found in the Holy Scriptures, which is known as the Bible. All right, that's where you'll find this information that whereby you won't be allowed to deceive, and deceive from what? Deceive from the things to come. When you are privy to the prophecies of what's to play out in these last days, then basically you can't be deceived, okay? Because you will know, as it's gonna go into, when you see certain things, it's an indication of things to happen, not to fret. Whether you need to, you know, move, you know, in a certain circumspectly in certain kind of ways, depending on the time, all right? That's because you have this presented before you the prophecies to basically foresee things that are going to happen. All right. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Yahweh Shai, or Christ, and shall deceive many, which is being done. All right. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So you see these things happening, wars and rumors of wars. All right. As was said by the Ayatollah, he said that he said no, it wasn't the Ayatollah that said that. It was yeah, Ali Ked the Ayatollah, sorry, saying he promised harsh vengeance. Even though you see that being said, it doesn't mean it's gonna happen as of yet, because if you understand, there's prophecies that need to play out, and if this plays out from the way the scriptures speak of it playing out, all right, when war being a firefight, as it tells you in Isaiah the 9th chapter, then there'll be no space for the RFID chip to come into play. There'll be no space for certain things that happen upon the earth, which are prophesied. So we know this is in accordance with what the hearing of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise up against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow. So that's the start, right? Turn of the decade, turn of the year, and this is the start of several sorrows. So the Lord is letting it be known. Okay, there's one other scripture I wanted to say. Carmanian. All right. All right. So let me read this. And I'm gonna finish on this. So this is 2nd Ezra 15, verse 28. Behold, a horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with their many chariots, and with a multitude of them shall be carried as a wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. All right. Also the Carmanians, all right, and we know that the Carmanians are speaking of Elam, all right. So Elam basically, Iran, before it was known as Iran, was known as Assyria. That's where the word Iran is actually where you also get the Aryan Brotherhood, which is found in the prison systems of America, dealing with white supremacy, or white, so-called quote-unquote white inmates in prisons gang, all right, which they basically stole from, which is I can't remember what the root of the name, but it's dealing with Elam basically, because they are Elamites. The Persians are actually Elamites, all right. Iranians are Elam. They're not Arabians, okay. Even though they deal with a Shia form of Islam, they're not actually Arabs. They're actually Elamites, all right. So it says also the Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as wild boars of the wood, And with great power shall they come and join the battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. And we know the modern day Assyrian is Esau, Edom, alright, the so-called white man as it's known today. But according to his true biblical nationality is Esau, Edom in the scriptures. So you're going to have these nations, so-called Arabs and so-called Carmanians being, Elam and Ishmael basically join forces together to fight against Esau, Edom. All right, and then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature. So they're gonna remember their wild nature, as it tells you about Ishmael. All right, and if they shall turn themselves conspiring together in great power to put and if they shall turn themselves conspiring together in great power to persecute them, then these shall be troubled, bled, and keep silence through their power, and shall flee. And from the land of the Assyrians, shall the enemy besiege them, and consume some of them, and in their hosts shall be fear and dread and strife among their kings. Right, so that's what's coming to Esau, and that's what is even being shown amongst the people. All right, because through the Spirit, this is what's coming. All right, and whether they know it or not, it's being felt, because that's the Spirit that the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Harakah Kadash has put out there